Hey guys, so I just want to do a quick little comparison of the new Galaxy A9 with the iPhone 6s, Apple's latest and greatest, the Plus variant obviously. You can see that the A9 does actually tower over the iPhone 6s Plus. Here is a much bigger device, but you do get more screen real estate, which is very nice. Both of them feel as premium as each other, but obviously the iPhone is much more metallic design. So I wanted to see how the cameras actually compared here. We're getting 13 megapixel versus 12 megapixel, and I just want to see as well the day-to-day kind of performance you can expect. So both of them are on the stock software, no ROMs or anything. What you get out of the box. And you can see iPhone has it locked down when it comes to the boot up. Still, you know, much better in terms of the speed. The Samsung not too far behind though, you know, and it's coming with the Snapdragon 652. So I don't think I've done a speed test before with this particular processor, and we can have a look how it compares against the Apple A9. So we're just going to open up some day-to-day stuff. And also we do have Wish. So I think it takes a little bit longer to connect to the Wi-Fi. So I did notice the iPhone was a bit quicker there. About the same for that one. So I think we're on about 1-1. 2-1 to the A9. 3-1 to the A9. Very nice. Music. Very close, that one. Probably too close to call really. We do have the weather. Oh, again, very close. You know, I think maybe the iPhone there, so I'm going to give it 3-2 just to be on the fair side. Clock. Oh, that's not the clock. You see, it looks like it is the clock, but it's not. So we'll just open the music again, and we will go back to the clock. So a little bit faster here, I think. 4-2. App Store. So I think that was quicker here, but it didn't have to load as much on the iPhone. We'll do that again for fairness. So go. Well, you know, not a huge difference really. We do have as well the S Health somewhere around here. So maybe a little bit quicker to come up here on the iPhone for that. We do also have the cameras. So I think that was quite similar. Obviously the iPhone has a receptacle, whereas this didn't. So, you know, it might look like it did come up faster, but it didn't, if you ask me. So really very similar performance here, you know. Very impressive actually from the Snapdragon 652. So just see how they both load a game. So obviously the A9 a little bit faster when it comes to loading the game, which is nice. So, you know, generally I'd say it's about a draw when it comes to the day-to-day stuff really. Some things are faster on the A9, some are on the iPhone, but when it comes to the game, I think it was a little bit more quicker on the iPhone. So if you're into gaming, maybe, you know, that's something to consider here if you're looking at these two handsets. We can just have a look as well at the browsing performance on both of them using the stock browsers that we do have. So we can just go to some random sites here, such as Yahoo, and a little bit faster here on the right maybe. What else do we have? Again, on the right you can see it loaded stuff a little bit quicker there. What about Verge? So we can just go to Verge. Again, iPhone here. Maybe the rendering not the Snapdragon 652's strong point. I do notice a little bit of lag as well when moving down the screen here. You can see it is a little bit loady, but I do love the massive display there. Look at the amount of content you can get on that. That's ridiculous. You know, that is absolutely awesome for like a web browsing experience. And the screen looks amazing as well, like the AMOLED viewing angle. But I think the iPhone is a little bit quicker, if you ask me, when it comes to loading stuff on the page. So something to consider here if you are into your web browsing. We can just have a look as well at the speed of the Wi-Fi's here. I have already done a speed test with the A9 and it got a very mid-secure score. Maybe it was the time of the day, so we'll just do it again here, nice and quick. You can see that's a lot better. So, you know, we're getting quite nice speed here. Not the best, but you know, no one's going to be complaining there, I don't think. And iPhone should always give us a strong showing. It doesn't disappoint, does it? So you can see it just pips the A9 here. Usually it's a bit stronger than that, but maybe those aliens are interfering with the reception. So, you know, we can see as well, upload very nice on the A9, a little bit better than the iPhone. Very interesting there. Now, the multitasking is something which I think you know, is quite important here. I don't have the greatest optimism, to be honest, based upon Android Marshmallow TouchWiz still having the issue. But you can see here the multitasking comparison, what you can expect. And you do want good multitasking when it comes to the big phones, because you know, this is, you want it as a productivity device. And so far I think the iPhone with its measly 2 gigs of RAM is still very nice here. So open up a few more. Music and App Store. Didn't recognize my touch, so at least it didn't reload that one there on the A9. You know, it looks like it's kept a few more in memory than usual, but there we go again, a little reload. We can have a look at the game or the camera speed. How fast can you go back into the camera? So about the same. And finally the game. So it didn't keep it in memory, unfortunately, but that was to be expected really. So you can see the iPhone is still very dominant when it comes to multitasking against Samsung, which is quite strange really, when you consider, you know, the hardware is not really up to Samsung in the high-end kind of category. But nevertheless, how do they compare when it comes to the cameras? I was very interested to see how the camera was on the A9. I found the camera experience to be a bit kind of boring on the A5 2016. It didn't actually really impress me that much. I thought that the S6 still had an amazing camera in comparison to it, but really, I wasn't too disappointed. Really, it did the job. It didn't actually wow me. It wasn't a massive step forward. I think that Samsung is cutting corners a little bit when it comes to the camera tech on the A series to keep the price down, because they do need to differentiate at the end of the day and have like a high end and a mid-range, and I think the experience is a little bit more mid-range than some other offerings, but generally it does good in the low light category, about comparable with the iPhone, so you're not going to be disappointed, I don't think. iPhone does have 4K video recording, which is a nice bonus. I did actually do this comparison both in the 4x3, so you can see the full megapixel against obviously the iPhone, which does that by default. So I'm happy with the performance, but then again, I think Samsung could definitely give us a little bit more, probably for the money. It is a very expensive phone indeed. So you can also have a quick look at the video recording here, which we did do. One area which I think the iPhone was a lot stronger was the actual handling of like the background exposure. Now and again, I think the A9 was a little bit slow when it came to like handling this. You can see here compared to the iPhone, but then again, as I said, it was very decent performance. Is it enough to sway you from the iPhone? Well, I think there's definitely some other areas to consider here. You're getting a massive display, which is absolutely beautiful. It really makes the iPhone's technology look a little bit outdated, really, when it comes to the screen technology. You can see very nice beautiful colors here, as well as massive screen to bezel ratio, which is nice. You're getting obviously a glass construction, which will appeal to some people. Personally, I do enjoy the metallic build because it's a bit more durable, but I do like the glass feel in the hand. I think it feels fantastic. You're also getting fast charging, obviously, which is very nice. Massive 4000 mAh battery. I think the battery is probably going to be a little bit better than the iPhone, but not by much, really. And I think you're getting a better front-facing camera as well for your selfies, lower aperture for better low light performance. So yeah, plenty of reasons to go for the Galaxy A9 here. What do you think? Do you think that Samsung's done enough here to make a nice mid to high range device which compares with the iPhone? Do leave a comment. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.